people, it is the start of a new vlog. Again, this is just more house bits. This is kind of, in this vlog, I'm doing kind of painting. We are finishing off the downstairs bathroom, bits and pieces that I've accumulated over the past 2 weeks. Hopefully this is a shorter vlog than the last one, so hope you enjoy. This is the roll that we're going to use to go in here. There is a section of it that's got this copper, and there's a section that's got quite a lot of like blue crazy pattern, so we'll use that one because it's quite a big roll. It's coming up quite grey on camera. You can see kind of how many layers there are. That will be going up today. Very ill. I've hardly slept, to be honest. My eyes hurt, everything hurts, but I cleaned the kitchen. Well, not cleaned it, it was a mess, so I put everything away. Cleaned the fridge. I can't breathe, and got in the shower because I've got things to do today. I have to power through. I can't breathe. Okay guys, my mum was meant to come and help me, but I got impatient, so I done it myself. And considering, I mean, I didn't have one of those things, the knives, and I didn't have like something to get rid of the bubbles, so I used a like credit card. Oh my god, I've got stuff stuck to me. And I mean, I didn't measure it properly. I didn't have a ruler. I needed one of the things, but it's really hard. This was so hard on this back bit. It has a gap, so you could put this down. So I obviously done it up to like a little bit, but then over here there is no gap, so it had nowhere to go. So then it caused this rip because it was just like, oh my god, it was a nightmare.
You're low on this side and really high on this side.
Oh shit. So I actually look a little bit presentable going to a comedy night. Vinny has made everything very wet. We've been busy today, sawing, and this is basically what we've done. Obviously we were meant to paint the hallway and stuff pink, but where we were sanding for so long, basically I'm just going to do that in the week sometime. Joe's been busy doing this. Let me turn the light on. So where we've added this, and the back is so weird, we do have some backing kind of to put back there. Then here you can kind of see like because there's no fold, it was hard for me to kind of end it. So I'm gonna paint this. I can't today because it was raining, still really badly raining. And then I'm gonna paint these tomorrow, same color, obviously like a dark blue. That'll be painted a dark blue, and next weekend my dad will come and he will put our pink tiles up. I could do blue, but we're just gonna go for pink, you know? Fuck it, add a bit of pink everywhere. And then obviously the flooring, we do need to get a professional in for the flooring, even though we've got the tiles and stuff. Don't want to get a professional in, but we're gonna have to. And then this area should all be done, but I'm so excited by this. It needs some little handles. They didn't actually have any in B&Q. I want quite, there's so many in there like these ones, and we obviously bought this one from B&Q to match so that we can add our towel. There is some like that, but I want to go bronze rustic, because these ones are all in the house, all in the kitchen, everything, but I want brass, yeah, darker kind of vibes. Even though these are literally push in, push out, but it's just for decor, you know? It's just for decor. So this room is literally coming together so well. Oh, it looks so good. And then eventually we'll change that lamp when I find a better ceiling light for upstairs in the landing. This is the one. This is the one. So basically they had, ignore I've been ironing, they had this here, and I was like, I love that. But we thought that they'd take it. They didn't actually, but it was like £19 from IKEA. So we've put it up there. But up there, I need something bigger. I need something bolder. So this, well, that one up there, which is basically this, will then go into the blue bathroom, which I think will tie everything together and look really cute. But yeah, we're about to walk, well, we were going to walk to the comedy. But do you see this weather? It's not cute at all. So, you're still looking at yourself? You're still looking at yourself? Oh. First coat is on, almost finished this one. Looks so good. Okay guys, coming to the end of this illness, so I've literally, you should have seen the state of our house today. I should have filmed it. It was awful. I have it on the other way around, so I can insert some clips. Awful. So I cleaned everything, put everything in the dishwasher, which I'm just now unloading. I literally, I've cleaned everything. I've sorted out my winter stuff. I've put my, taken it down from the loft, because I do that every year, summer stuff, winter stuff. I have too many clothes. So swap them round, and I've just had a shower, moisturised, shaved, full body shower. And now I'm just dyeing my eyebrows so I can feel a bit more alive. My nose here is just fully, or my top lip, just completely dry. My lips are so dry because I've just having to be breathing out of my mouth for a week because obviously my nose has been blocked. But look at these beautiful flowers. Morning guys, it's a Saturday. We are doing more of the painting today. So this side of it is done. Ooh, camera's blurry. This side I went over a second time because basically I had that clothing rail, I had basically scratched this side, and there was a hair here. It's kind of left a dent. You can see from far away, yeah, where I then just quickly went over. So I went over all of it, and then I just went joop, 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 when I had put my hand on it, because then we painted this, and you can obviously see these marks. So I'm gonna have to go over this again, but that would just be a quick thing I can do tonight. Because I need to desperately go in the loft and put stuff in the loft, like this stuff. I need to get some, because when the painting's kind of done, I need to go and wipe all of these. Look at all the dust from where we've been sanding. I'm going to go into the garage and basically put all the paint and all of the things that we use for the paint into boxes that I've got upstairs in the loft that aren't being used for anything. Also, ignore here. So I haven't been careful with cutting in at all because we are changing this. That is currently just awful. It's matte paint again, my hatred of matte paint, and with a brush, you can see all the brush strokes. It's just not good paint, right? And the cutting in on places is really bad. So I've just gone over that so then we can actually cut in ourselves. Same as then down here. The cutting in was really bad, so I've gone over with white paint so I can actually get frog tape and do it myself. Issue is that I didn't sand it too well, so down at the bottom you can kind of see the ledge. But I'm going to start with this side now, and Joe has gone to get some frog tape so that I can then do this side. That is my task for today. He's gone to get his hair cut, and then he's got football, and my dad and that are coming to do the put some tiles in the downstairs bathroom. And then eventually we will have panelling going down here, pink panelling, and I'll have pictures kind of going, oh my god, I painted this yesterday back to white. Damn it. Okay, well I'll go over that. But I regret not getting a larger size of pink paint. It's going to be enough for all of this. But then if we have to do touch-ups, this is a paint that it was quite hard to do and quite hard to colour match, and then when we did have it from Valspar colour match to this other colour, we then had to add white, so to get it exact again is going to be quite hard, but yeah. Okay, tiles are in. I need to kind of paint the top and then kind of go over where my dad's put the stuff. But we're just debating whether to then put white on top and then pink and then white, kind of seal it off. Can't decide. I know that the pink doesn't really go with this kind of vibe. It has made it look a bit more childish, maybe a little bit, but it's nice to have a little pop of pink. We can always change it in the future and put some copper tiles. I just couldn't find any that were good. I found a really nice print today that could have gone here. It was so nice, but basically in that section, because this is an electricity thing, you can't put anything into the wall, no nails, so it has to be very light pictures that you can just use the sticky stuff on, and this one was just a bit too heavy, which is such a shame. But yeah, I need to decide whether I want to put bits on the top, because my dad can always come back, because it might look a bit silly like that. Copper or like gold tiles definitely would have looked good, but they all just look a bit tacky. So I didn't bother. We've gone for just pink, and we didn't have to buy these. The old owners had them already, so it worked out pretty well. Guys, I've lost my ID. I don't know how, I don't know where, but it's gone. So I have to carry my passport around with me. I don't get ID'd anymore because I look fucking old. But I've just bought some wine. Wanted a rosé tonight. I was going to drink it, then I looked and Joe's at the pub with his football friends and I was like, that means I can get a bottle of wine. I've got a bit longer till he's back. So I'm just going to put this in the fridge. I'm actually going to put it in the freezer just to chill it pretty quick. Oh, freezer. Just looking a bit full. Just looking. I don't know where the hell I can put this. Guys, I'm actually, since having this house, I'm quite shocked. Like, this house doesn't need anything doing to it, right? It needs absolutely nothing. But the amount you find to do, like obviously, so we need to redo some of the paint. That's basically what we're doing. The downstairs bathroom needed redoing. The paint was just chipping off everything. Same with all the pink up the stairs and everything like that. The black that's going over the doorways, that again, like, needs doing. But apart from that, like, everything, oh my God. I hate corkscrew wines. Nothing else needs doing, but there's just, I'm scared to do things and it will ruin it, but I'm also in that thing, like, it doesn't need to be rushed to do, but I want it done now. Like, everything in the lounge needs, like, I would love to completely redo it. Not completely, I mean, like, paint things, redo the fireplace, all of this, but it's like, it doesn't need doing, and like if I change that, then we can't have the coffee table, the rug would need to be changed, all of these little things would need to be changed. Oh, it's just so difficult. And we need to find look, we've got all of these, like I said, these nice chairs in the garage, and we need a dining table, but it's so impossible to find a dining table I like that is square, like rectangular, because the ones I see are all oval, and I just don't think that would look the best in the space. I think it needs to be a square, rectangular table. But yeah, so I'm struggling with the fact of, like, Sophie, just relax, nothing needs doing. Luckily, the kitchen, absolutely nothing needs doing at all, apart from painting some white paint over that side and the dining table. That's literally it. But everything else, oh, I didn't say, Joe actually found some keys. I came home and I was like, who's these Mercedes keys? So just chucked them where our keys go. And Joe then said, oh, you need to write on like a Facebook group that we found some keys. They were like round by like Vinny's favourite garden. And so I put on Facebook chat and like message, because you have to message the person and then they'll post it. And I was scrolling down 7 hours ago, someone was like, has anyone lost, I know I've lost some keys near here and here, this school. I was like, oh my God. So I messaged, oh, we found them. Anyway, he messaged and he came and brought a bottle of red wine. How good. I don't drink red wine unless it's winter. It's the only time I drink red wine. Like, I can't drink it in like, unless it's freezing cold outside. That's when I enjoy red wine. Obviously, love a sangria, love a mulled wine. But that's so good. And also, if people come round to the house and they want red wine, I want to have all of the alcohol. If someone comes around and like, do you want Prosecco, champagne, red wine, white wine? Do you want a cocktail? Do you want this? Do you want that? A little Aperol, Hugo Spritz, what would you like? That's where I'd like to be. A rosé. So that's what I ideally like. So that was so nice. It was like, we've not done anything. We've just like, why would we steal your keys? But we saved him like £500. Am I going crazy? Like, how are you actually meant to undo this? I hate screw tops. Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere now. I actually didn't like red wine at all. I would not drink it, didn't like it. I hadn't really tried it. And then one Christmas when I worked at the courts, back when I worked there, and back when I was an usher there, before I was in court protection, they were doing like, all the judges basically give the ushers presents. And they got me a little, like 21-year-old me, this really expensive red wine. So felt obliged to try it, and oh my God, it was really nice. And I was like, then, loved red wine, basically. It's like you have to find a really nice one to then persuade you to have it. Okay, here we go. I don't know why, but doing this, I have a memory of my friend Lizzie telling me off. I don't know when that was. Yay! Okay, perfect. Let's try her. Also, guys, a dream come true. Look at this cabinet. Again, when I say I want to kind of like host if someone just wants whatever drink they want, I need to learn how to make like a dirty martini, just a martini. I need to learn how to make all of the drinks, because we've got some gin ones. These are all of our white wine glasses. I have smashed one. So we've got these type of ones. We've got more thin ones. We've got the red wine glasses here. These are really expensive Prosecco glasses. My mum got me as like a moving in present. So they're at the top. Then we've got gin. Then we've got just some martini glasses, more gin, but nicer ones. We've got some other little cocktail martini glasses or champagne, what are they called? Coupes? Something like that. Then we've got some more red wine glasses, some Aperol spritz ones, which we actually got at a car boot sale. He was selling like 6 of them for like so cheap. They were like £2 each. I was like, this is insane. And then my friend's got us this. It says, I don't know if you can read it, from ski slopes to house keys. Congratulations, Sophie and Joe, because if you didn't know, me and Joe met on a ski trip. And then we've just got, so Eloise, my friend, got us a whole hamper of Prosecco. Literally, so if we ever have people around, we've got a whole, it's like an ice bucket. What's that brand of Prosecco? It begins with an F, you know the one that I'm talking about. And it came with the ice bucket thing, loads of little mini Proseccos, like rosé ones as well. And then it came with 2 of these. These are such heavy duty. And then we've just got these little cheap Prosecco ones that I got for New Year's last year. But yeah, how nice is that? I love it. I love it so much. So I'm gonna go for this white wine glass. And I read well, I didn't read actually, I was on TikTok, and it says keep them upside down if you can. These ones don't, and also they're a bit too thin on the top, they would just fall. Kind of same with these, but majority of them I've kept upside down, same with our mugs, because apparently, and glasses, because then the dust doesn't get in them. Not like there'd be dust in here, I don't know how, but yeah, that's something that I learned on TikTok. Such a lovely day today. Joe hasn't been here, so I've just kind of cleaned the kitchen just now. I went to my Pilates. What else have I done? I rearranged my pyjama drawer because I needed to take out all my summer pyjamas, and went for a little 5k walk because I was trying to get back into that. And my mum just came round and dropped off my granny's rice pudding she made me. Most people probably wouldn't like this and would think it looks disgusting, but this is my favourite dessert, and both my grannies make it, so it's a good day for me. I've got my hair in, it's gone dark. It was dark at 5, even before that, 4:30, right? A fly was almost in my food. I don't actually know if he was on it before. Anyway, yeah, it's getting dark really early. And I don't like it, so I literally by 5:30 I had a shower, my hair in overnight curls, I've got my retinol on my face, and I was putting my pizza in the oven. That's way too early. That's way too early, but we have to do it because it just feels like nighttime. But yeah, I've had my dinner. I've had an issue with my sheets, so my mum has taken my sheets. There was a penny in the filter of our washing machine, so every time that I wash just my sheets though, nothing else, it's left stains. So she's taken that to wash at hers. I've put some stain remover on, so that's good. That can be done. But yeah, I've just got the fire going. Let me show you. And I'm just charging up this is a battery light. It's really good. And it's even just good for decor. So this has been where I was drying all of that stuff, and I've not needed to because Jada's taking it. But I've got all the candles going. I'm actually, all of these autumnal candles, the pumpkin ones, are almost out because I've basically burnt them every night, which is good because then we can have new ones for November. and new ones for Christmas. But yeah, I'm just got the fire on. It's nice and warm in here. I'm watching Lauren Grace and her gardening. That's about it today. I've had a really good day. Absolutely excuse the state of what I look like. I have had a very busy day today. Shall I show you what I've been doing? So basically, I've just finished washing the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom. This morning, he thinks I'm talking to him, don't you, babies? This morning, I painted all around here with our normal colour, summer linen. So basically, where we had done this, pink, where we had sanded, the sanding had gone all over the black. Let me put a light on, wrong light. Ugh. So I need to basically just go over this black, but where the people previously like hadn't cut in very well, we never really went over it properly. So today I have kind of cut in with the white. I mean, this isn't white, it is summer linen, and it's meant to be a beige. And some girl even put a picture on her Instagram, like this reel, and I was like, oh my god, that paneling colour looks amazing. I was like, what colour are you using? She said summer linen. I was like, it doesn't look like that here. But anyway, so then tomorrow I will be able to properly cut in with the black, and then this will be all fresh again. And you can see there's the pink, and you can see that I've gone up here as well, so that when we need to do these doorways in black again, because it's this just, again, horrible matte paint. So I can then cut in properly, kind of how I want to, in a way. So I've done that this morning. Then I went to the gym. Sorry, I'm always running around in these videos. But went to the gym, done a little workout, grabbed a camera from my granny, which I was going to start using and see if, you know, the quality of these videos would be better, so I don't have to spend $1,000 on a camera. But I need a smaller SD card. The SD cards I have are too big, basically. So then I came back and I've sanded here. So basically all of this paint was kind of chipped off, maybe where they took their furniture out, and it's a bit dirty here. So basically I've sanded all down here, just to make it smooth. And tomorrow I'm going to be painting this entire wall. Probably not up here, because that's fine, but kind of under here it's quite dirty. In this little archway up here is kind of like, you know, just got dirty marks. So I will be doing that, and potentially here as well. So this paint so I might have to rip that off, sand and repaint. I think they've just used brilliant white, so I'm really hoping that the colour match. Then I've just, where I sanded, obviously dust went everywhere, so I've hoovered, I've cleaned all of the countertops, and then I've gone and done the bathroom. I've hoovered in the lounge. I think our hoover's broke though, might just be full, but I need Joe to look at that. But basically it's Halloween, so I'm just gonna tidy up my paint bits, my sanding bits, put that back in the garage. Garage? Why did I say it like that? That sounded really American. But yeah, so Joe, because it's Halloween, was like, let's go to the pub. Well, actually I said, let's go to the pub. And he was like, no, I preferably would want to get all dressed up and go into town. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go up to the high street, go to the local pubs. Whether I put on Halloweeny makeup, I don't know. This is normally my favourite time of year. I don't know why I've done no Halloweeny makeup or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump in the shower now, because I've still not gone in the shower since the gym. And that's all of that done. I had some sushi for lunch. Yeah, I feel better now that everything's tidy. I like going into the weekend. I used to always kind of clean on a Saturday when Joe goes to football, and I've realised recently it's nicer to go into the weekend and not have much to do, especially if I'm painting and doing little DIY bits around the house. It's nicer to just clean on a Friday, everything's done, everything's nice and spotless, and you can enjoy the weekend. I may go and buy myself a little rosé as well from M&S. They've got a really nice one because all we've got at the moment is reds, whites. We've got a white, but it's like a nice white. I don't really want to open that for just a random Friday night. Yeah, I need to keep stocked up of like rosés and just normal white wines. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday. We went out for some drinks last night. I don't think I filmed anything. Went out for quite a few. I was feeling quite drunk, and then we obviously have to get the last bus home, so it wasn't too crazy. And I've woken up this morning, I've cleaned, what did I actually do this morning? Oh, I was filming for a client, so I was just filming some hair stuff. I actually need to finish that before it gets dark. I should have put my hair in overnight curls, but I haven't. Anyway, and then we went to B&Q, I got some rollers, and I've just finished painting all of this section. It actually didn't take me as long as what I thought. I didn't really include this. There's a spider up there. I didn't really want to go near him, and I decided I'm going to keep him there. He's only a little thin one, and he's got his little web, and he's caught a lot of the little fruit flies, so he's going to stay for now. But because it's the same colour, you literally can't tell. And then I'm just making some food at the moment because I'm a little bit hungover, so I want my food. I'm just making pie mash and gravy. And then this morning I had eggs and baked beans. Oh, really hearty food today. Ignore what I look like. This is so... I might be meeting my friend Megan this afternoon. I don't know if it's going to happen, but especially because I still have to do a second coat. But I just didn't want my nice freshly washed hair to get any paint on it, hence my satin cap. I wear these to bed, but I wear the pink one to bed, and then I've just got on my old dressing gown just so I don't get any paint on me. But yeah, that's currently the situation. I've just, in between that, cleaned up the kitchen, put all of the dishwasher stuff away. Yeah, had a real sort out and a tidy up, because the last thing you need when you're hungover is like just mess everywhere. But yeah, I'm getting it done. I'm actually really pleased with how quick I've done this. Like once I've done this second coat, if I don't go and see my friend, I might be able to do the borders as well with the other white paint. I am going quite sparse because we are running out of the white wall paint. And then maybe tomorrow I will be able to do like the black borders upstairs, or I might do that today, who knows. But I do probably need to film the end of that client video whilst it's light outside. Yeah, or I film it tomorrow, who knows. But yeah, that's currently what I've been doing. Oh, hence why I've got the eyebrows on as well, because just in case my friend was to message me like, well, should we meet up now? You know, the eyebrows take the longest to soap up and stuff. The rest of the skin takes about 5 minutes. But yeah, it's quite dark, actually. I feel like it's about to rain. It rained really bad earlier. I went to help Joe to the car because obviously he's got all of his football stuff and he washed the kit. And running back, Vinny, the cat, was darting in between each car. And then I was like, come on, Vinny, and he'd come out and he'd be like, meow, 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 just chatting, screaming under the next car. He was like, why are you taking me out in the rain? And then he ended up having a scrap with the other cat and I had to break it up. So it was a bit of a traumatic walk back from the car. But yeah, that's the plan. We've also found something in B&Q that we can put outside the door, because basically there used to be a window here, but because they've changed it and put the boiler there, they just done a bigger door and got rid of the window, which means that outside there's just brick, where they've just bricked it in. They never put, so we've got, what's it called? It's like the plaster board, but with pebbles. Pebble Dash. We've got Pebble Dash. And my dad was saying, well, we'll just render the whole bottom section. But I've actually decided that it might just look a bit strange and quite expensive. So what we might do in the long term is just Pebble Dash that one section, and we will be painting the entire house. Whether we do it white, because next door's is white, you know, it'll look nice. But down the road, they've actually got like orange, like a burnt orange. How much? I've only got 1 minute 50. till my pie is ready. So maybe we do a colour, something like that. But anyway, for the meantime, we have found some kind of crisscross board that you can weave plants through. So I've just asked my granny what plants would be best to weave through, because we could nail that onto the wall and just weave some plants through, and that would look quite nice and kind of disguise that area. But whether we need to wait till spring and we do the garden for something like that. Hello guys, I have been non-stop all day. I was about to go into the kitchen to show you something. So I have finished off all of this painting, all here, and I've then decided to paint the skirting. Now, they left a paint that said kitchen. I originally thought that it was this white paint, but it was for wood and metal and stuff. So I've used that along the borders, but it's not the same one as they had previously. So you can see here, that actually looks really white and this looks slightly grey. But basically before it looked like this. And it must have just been a white, but I've used this one upstairs before, different colour, but in the Dulux satin wood mid sheen. It's very shiny. So what you can see here, like this shine to it, isn't because it's wet, like it will actually dry that colour. Not that colour, that kind of, would you say, consistency. So I may have to go over that again. I'll see what it looks like in the daytime. I like how white it is, and I like that it's giving this kind of tonal, like this is not looking white, which I quite like. But so I've just gone up to about there. I'm not going to do any of these. It was just because this needed doing and this one was next to it. I forgot that I needed to do some touch-up work just around here, so I need to do that tomorrow. I'm going to leave this kind of paint that's here. I will probably need to do that another time. I'm going to clean these. So that was everything that I'd done downstairs. And then up here, I have just cut in with the black paint, and then I've repainted these bits with just some extra white, and I will cut in with those tomorrow. But so I can take the tape off of this in a little bit. So that's all done. Tomorrow, Joe will paint this because we've got larger rollers, so it's a bit patchy at the moment. It will have a lovely antique mirror. However, I need to find one. So that's next. I've literally got a list of everything we need to do in the house before Christmas, and at least I can tick that off. But there's quite a few bits left, like the panelling here. I'd like the panelling there, panelling up the stairs, and then that will come round, and that will be pink. That'll be painted pink. So it's mainly those things that I need doing. They're like the main ones. Everything now has been touched up. Like literally all of the touch-ups are done. So that's really nice. We can actually start painting now. I had my dad's friend come round to kind of do a quote for the outside where they got rid of the window. Everything's looking good. It's one of these houses that like nothing actually needs doing, but there's so many touch-ups and just things that I want to add to make everything look better. Especially panelling here, I think will really look good. We'll just have like a line coming across, especially before the sofas arrive. Well, the sofa. And then we can start looking at painting this. There's a colour I want, but it's never in stock in B&Q. And then we can start tackling this fireplace and what we want to do with this pink insert and stuff like that. But the things that need doing is painting. We actually ended up doing this entire wall as well. So I'd done all of the touch-ups all along here, all of the skirting, painted all up here, repainted this in the new paint. And then we're going to put these prints on top, which, if I can find the button, light up. And then there's this one.